So it's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix this time around. I'm just updating the YouTube stream as we go live for a second time. Hopefully, on an adjusted difficulty level, we will be able to have a decent result this time around. Just put the game category F124. So annoying that you can't just have default settings on YouTube. You have to kind of set each individual stream up as its own unique thing, rather than just go live with what you had before. But whatever, Trevor. It is what it is. So let me tweet this stream out again. Just say we're switching to F124. Twitter's been doing this thing at the minute where on TweetDeck, I'll tweet a tweet, tweet goes out fine, I then go to tweet another tweet later down the line, and it saved that tweet as a draft. Really frustrating. Switch into F1 driver career now. I don't make any sense why it does that, but never mind. Olivia, thank you very much for the follow. Steve-O, thank you for the subscription on YouTube as well. I appreciate it both. Thank you very much indeed. Drive career. Saudi Arabia. A reminder that I use SRC setups in my driver career. If you would like to get hold of some setups to make yourself faster at the game, then you can do so. Exclamation mark setups in chat will take you to the SRC website where you can, if you would like to, purchase some setups with a discount code Chesnoy to get yourself a 5% saving. Get yourself on board and faster, most importantly. I would put... I'll basically set the same command up again, but just call it SRC, I think. Exclamation mark SRC. And I'll pop that in the title of the stream. We've got lots of... got so many things in the title of the stream, haven't I? So many commands. I'll take plan and schedule out. At present, the handling is worse HP, yes, but they are fixing it. They are fixing it. There is an update coming that significantly improves the... significantly improves the handling. Not sure on a time frame yet, but a fix is coming to make it feel better. You got your copy pasta ready, you're not wrong. Ads is on the ball as ever. Super Sloth, thank you for the follow, mate. Right, should we get diving straight into it? I think we should. I think we should. Let's hit record. You would imagine so, Darren. Yeah, I imagine Ollie Behrman will be at Haas next season. Just where we are at the minute. I've just added the SRC one ads to YouTube. Cookie. Welcome back to the F124 driver career here at Haas. 100% race distance, and we're going to tweak the difficulty from the last time out, so we should be sweet spot today. Thank you very much for your support on the first episode a couple of days ago. Appreciate your patience in waiting for this second episode. We should be pretty slick with the uploads now moving forward, pretty regular, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this driver career. We've added some specialists on from the previous episodes, and hopefully we'll be able to complete a few more over the course of the next couple of race weekends and get ourselves some extra boosts. One practice program we can complete. These actually are new since we last set the last left the session, which is weird. Keep tires below 120 degrees dry. Okay, complete the week with no more than 4 collisions. If we can't do that, then we really are not necessarily worthy of our F1 drive, are we? Our rating is up to 66 so far, so we're improving despite the fact that our performance wasn't necessarily at its best in the last Grand Prix. But this time at Jeddah, we hope to be better. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. I'd very much appreciate a subscription here on the Chesnoid Plays channel as well. And of course, come and join me live. There are links in the description to the Chesnoid Gaming Twitch channel and to the Chesnoid Live YouTube channel, where you could watch all of the streams in full and in the moment. Of course, at Saudi Arabia, no rain, which is good news for me. I'll see you on track. Setups plural, Rara. Right, we'll use these worn parts in practice, and then we'll switch for quali in the Grand Prix. You hate but love Jeddah, do you?
Hello and a very warm welcome to practice.
Hello, Natalie.
Plenty to get to grips with here at the fastest street circuit of them all. There's no margin for error here at the Jeddah Corniche.
You're not wrong. Right, forgive me a moment whilst I put my setup on. You guys aren't allowed to see this at the moment. Obviously, the setups come from a paid platform, so I'm afraid at the moment this is all behind closed doors. SRC is a fantastic way to get faster at the game, though. Significantly. I used a lot of SRC setups last year on Creator Series, and a couple of times we found a significant chunk of time. Not just saying that for the sake of saying it, it is genuinely true. Only a 52%. Okay, that's intriguing. I'm intrigued by this. Tyre pressures are not what I would expect them to be at Jeddah, which is very intriguing. I'll be curious about tyre temps here. But with it being the new game and with the handling as it is, this might be the way forward. Who knows? Just save it as Saudi SRC. There we go. You guys can see what's going on again. Track acclimatization on the hard tyres, please. Young Mari and WJK, thank you for the follows, guys. Higher manages attempts better and lower is more performance. I think it's more realistic now. Oh, okay. It's opposite to last year. Good to know. Good information. Thank you for that, Reese. Did you say that the AI don't use overtake with their quali laps as well? Did I read that correctly earlier in chat? I have no force feedback. None whatsoever. AI only use hot lap in quali. Wow, okay. Have I lost all force feedback? I've got no force feedback. Right. Let's restart the game. Or is it just turn the controller on and off? Had an issue on control pad yesterday in time trial. I had to restart the game. Yeah, I did some time trial last night. And when I changed tracks in time trial, I lost my force feedback. But I presumed with a restart of the game it would come back. It hasn't. That's good. Is that a platform agnostic issue or solely an Xbox thing? Yeah, I got force feedback back. Oh, pay attention, Jess. Oh, I don't know if we changed the difficulty. Did we change the difficulty? I can't remember. Cool. I bottomed out on that quite nastily, actually. Straddle that without bottoming out, you say? Yeah, I know. I can do. I'll do it between practice sessions. It's fine. Okay, some downforce there would be nice, but I'm obviously just carrying too much speed.
Okay, DRS zone coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
Jesus, so a lot of gates. Aha! Including that one. They have updated the off-track stuff here, yes. But I believe it's only off-track stuff in Jeddah that they've updated. Is the AI not using overtake in quali a bug or a genuine thing? That's purple, so that'll do. And how do we know that? We tested it. Okay. I'll ask the question. Yeah, I've just questioned it. We'll do race strategy first. Practice programs don't factor in the fact that you can use overtake now as well.
Give us some good, consistent laps. laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work
Just
into a race strategy.
silly oversights that should be not a thing, basically. Wait forever for the front end through there. Maybe I'm just carrying too much speed through, I don't know. Just on medium here. Catching the walls quite considerably though at the minute. Nowhere near as precise as I'd like to be. Never gotten on with this circuit, ever. Not having much confidence in the front end of the car at the minute, because of the handling. Doesn't help when you're at a track with 24 bloody corners. Sure, we'll get used to the handling over time, but it would be nice to not have to get used to a poorer handling model. Hopefully they bring that fix in sooner rather than later. It does that thing where it looks like it bites, then understeers, then bites again. And as such, you never know where the front of the car is going to be. Quite unpredictable in that manner. So you're hesitant to get on the throttle everywhere. Definitely doing the practice programs here though, aren't we? Got significant more wear on the right hand side from the scrape of the wall. Ooh. So this is looking at that. Oh, Christ. That sent the car around. Bloody hell. Burnley in the Championship were spectacular. I think... I have a feeling that Vincent Kompany's tactics and ethos will work really well with a higher quality of player, which is probably why he's so well regarded. Clumped the wall like 2 or 3 times here, but I haven't got wing damage, only extra wheel wear. I don't know. Honestly, no idea how we'll do. Bubble. Tyre wear's quite high here, as it always tends to be. You do 80 laps on a hard set. 80, you do the whole race on a hard set. They do the whole race on a medium set, apparently. Significantly slower, though. Actually, no. Just have to wait and see how well he does.
Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery. This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slick through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one, to be honest. The tyre wear around there is horrendous. It's weird that there's not much wear. Because of the way the delta's dropped off, I get the feeling it wants you to, like, it's actually, like previously you could just push and it didn't matter, you just get the lap time. Whereas here it's actually factoring in the fact that you're not going to push in the second sector and onwards to try and save the tyres. Oh god, what is that? No thank you. What would that come under? Screen display? Oh, heat map display. Thank you. What is this? Really slow through sectors 1 and 2. Sorry, turns 1 and 2. There's no way this is simulation. I am clattering the walls. There's no way this is simulation damage, surely. Now I've got the tyre wear, but not the time. To find that middle ground. Middle ground found. Definitely drifting quite a bit on the exit of those corners, where you're just kind of guiding it out towards the exit wall. Getting quite a bit of four-wheel drift, or it feels like four-wheel drift anyway. Purple.
Program complete.
Lovely, lovely.
And a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run,
It's a
so
bit Cameron,
come
isn't
on
it?
back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
No need, Hefe, no need. Thanks very much. We shall retire from session. Right, remind me that we do need to get thumbnail images for every race moving forward. We already had a thumbnail for episode 1.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Okay, David Croft, I will. There we go. Just drop that down. Just quick practice this because we can. Yeah, remind me in the Wraith Tar. I don't know, Finn. I am apprehensive about it, to be honest. I'm good, thank you, Lee. How are you, mate? I'll just go in and out of this. Oh. Here we go. Wait for the next screen and do a bit. Resource points added. Much better haul this time around. 300 for me. Kevin Magnusson obviously will have had some of his own, and our experience is taking a big jump there. That's because we're doing all of the practice programs ourselves. So pleased with that. And we're getting slightly closer to being 67 rated. We only need to be 60 rated to be able to maintain our seat. So I've got no worries whatsoever about staying at Haas. It's a case of whether we can earn a drive elsewhere. That's what we're concerned about at the moment. Now, we've lowered the difficulty to 94. Chat tells me at the moment, in this day 0 build of the game, that the AI aren't using overtake with the ERS on their quali laps, whereas I am, which might be why I qualified so well in episode 1. We shall wait and see. I won't use overtake in this qualifying session, or at least to begin with in this qualifying session. We'll see how my times compare. Regardless, let's go and qualify. Just take some fuel out for the quali laps. We'll go with 4 laps worth. Quali will be set by default to hot lap. That would be, if we're corner cutting on Strix, that would be lap invalidated. Oh, really pushes out to the wall there.
Right, that's us down into P16 now.
Probably because I haven't set a lap time, pal. Yellow flag. Cars all on top of each other in quali. Struggle to get the power down out of the final turn. Into the line. Okay. I didn't use overtake there. We've put it in P2. I'm now down to P5 and Lewis has gone half a set. Alright, fair enough. It's just because not that many people had set times. Don't worry. Significantly faster than K-Mag though. I didn't use overtake there at all. We're P11 at the minute. We have half a second in the bag. There's no harm in going out again on the same set of tyres. So we will do that. I'll go out again on the same set of tyres.
Okay, when you're ready,
See if we
let's
can
go.
improve at all. I didn't use overtake for that first flying lap. I won't use it again here and we'll see what happens with the times. Gasly wants to get on with it. Alright, fine, I'll go. I didn't change my, go on. Didn't change my parts after practice, knowing it. Come on. Quite happy to be the last car on track. We generate much heat here. track evolution like here in Jeddah. Two turns down after the first couple of turns. Oh god, that was terrible. Cheers. How am I now P8? Is it because I flashbacked, probably, right? You can't brake drag this year like you could before. Yeah, we're significantly slower on the worn set, so track evolution isn't really a thing. So we're just going to abandon the lap, come back in, and hope that we're top 15, which I think we might well be. Maybe. I was using old tyres, yes, but sometimes you can improve on a worn set. Thanks for following, Cool Hedgehog. Welcome to the channel, mate. AI's back down to 94 ads, but I'm not going to adjust the command until we're happy we've found the right level, rather than just consistently keep changing the command. So we abandoned our second lap in qualifying, and we were just through in P13. We didn't improve. Kevin was slowest of all. I didn't use overtake on that lap. Logan Sargent is through. Both Alpines are out here in Jeddah. That's an intriguing way for qualifying one to go. The fact that K-Mag was last by half a tenth is surprising, considering he wasn't that slow in Bahrain. Well, we were P14 in Q1 last time in Bahrain. We were P14 in Q2 last time in Bahrain. So far here we've been P13, and will we be P13 again? ERS, Darren, not fuel mode. You can only move fuel into lean. Let me just report this quickly. Still doing. If you go to copy. Yeah, we'll do another prediction, don't worry. I'm so slow around there. I just don't know the front end of the car well enough to trust it. I don't have to change direction there, I'd like either. It's probably because I'm carrying too much speed.
And that's P13, P13.
It's fine. It's on a worn set, significantly slower, as expected. One minute 30 from Max. Yikes!
Checks
Drive out.
complete. Everyone
Make
be
sure everyone
aware,
gets their
we've got
relative
a car
lap time.
leaving the garage.
Max, 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 Super Max, Max, Max.
Remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on. We've dropped to P15.
.29 incoming from the tube. Yeah, good luck. Come on then. Show me green. Fork into Atches, pay attention. Half a second up on Valtteri through the first sector. But that's obviously on his first lap time, which may well have been set on worn tyres. Currently nearly a second up, but I was a long way off. So we need to find this sort of time.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Now Valtteri just went faster still. The minute I'm not going fast enough to match Bottas or Zhou. A good exit here. We've had a decent one, but is it going to be quick enough to get us across the line into Q3 for the first time? I don't believe so. It is P13. Well, as it happens, we have replicated Bahrain. We were 14 and 14 in Q1 and 2, and here 13 and 13. Fair enough. We do then believe that 94 should be the sweet spot for the difficulty here, provided, as we anticipate, similar, slightly slower race pace to quali pace as per last year. Both the Williams were well off the pace in this session. We were 3.5 tenths away from getting into Q3, so 94 does appear to be the sweet spot. We will not take part in Q3. I'll see you on the grid. My pace stat's gone at 1, up to 69 now, and that's taken us a big chunk further towards being 67 rated. We look good for getting a decent rating at the end of the season if we can put that sort of performance in every single round of the championship. Of course, it's such a long season now, with it being 24 races, which IMO is too many, but it is what it is. Right, I did anticipate wanting to change my parts between practice and quali, and obviously in typical me fashion forgot to, so we will use the same parts because we don't want to get a grid penalty for the race. But then moving forward, we will start to switch between parts between practice and quali so that we lessen the likelihood of us getting grid penalties later in the season for losing or using more than our allocation that's allotted. Right, how did Q3 go then? What does the front of the grid look like? You reckon a hard tyre start? Not sure about that, Jeff. It will not take a while.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying.
It was
session.
Red Bull
Max
1-2
Verstappen
in
put
Bahrain.
a fantastic lap
It's Max
yesterday,
by
and
3
he'll start
tenths
from
again
pole
here,
position.
but this time
Charles Leclerc
from
in
Charles
P2.
Leclerc.
Considering
So the
rest of
Ferrari
grid,
able to push
we
forward
have
into P2, which is where we
Perez,
finished, in fact, in the
Fernando
race
Alonso,
last time out, of course.
Sainz,
Perez is still
Norris,
right near the front.
Hamilton,
Sainz in 5th.
Russell,
Piastri quite a way
Oscar
back. Piastri
Piastri,
down in 9th. And
Stroll,
Lance Stroll performing very well to get into
Bottas,
P10.
Zhou,
Then, of course,
Wood,
as we know, the grid will
Sargent,
look behind us. I
Albon,
don't anticipate at this stage there are
Tsunoda,
any grid penalties for
Ocon,
anyone this
Gasly,
early on in the season, but the Alpines were
Ricciardo,
not strong.
and
Kevin Magnussen
fills the last
significantly
spot on
off the
the
pace,
analyse
which
diving to
is not ideal, but now it's time to figure out our race strategy. It reckons a one-stop is the way forward. Mediums, then hards. But could we, depending on what everyone else is doing, maybe utilise the softs at some point? It is mediums across the board. Everyone starting on the medium tyre. That would lead me to believe that everyone is going to one stop. So do we try something different or do we not? I don't think so. It's probably the right way to go. We struggled with fuel in the last race, so I am probably going to be a little bit cautious here and put a full lap's worth of extra fuel in. I could start hards to then be faster on the mediums at the end of the race, and maybe that is actually the way forward. So let's do this and then extend that, and maybe at the end of the race we could have a little bit more underneath us with the medium tyre and go a little bit longer and overcut those that are going from the medium to the hard, and do it the other way around. I don't anticipate that a medium soft two-stop would be doable, or at least faster, or maybe so. But is it worth it, though? Is it worth doing the extra stop? I don't think so. Well, it reckons it might be. 4 seconds quicker to go medium, medium, soft. That might be what the AI are doing then. Oh, now we have a decision to be made. All right. Let's go two-stop, and we can always just whack the hards on at any point and go to the end, knowing that it will reach it. Just out of curiosity, we'll go hard-soft here. Yeah, probably not. Probably not agreeable. Probably not agreeable. But soft, so everyone else is starting on the mediums. We don't know whether they're going medium hard or medium medium soft. So I will start on the medium compound and we'll ask what everyone else is doing as we're on our way around the race. And then if we need to switch to the hard tyre and one stop, if like in Bahrain we feel it's the best way to get to the end, then we will do so. But we know that a two stop is also viable. And look at the time difference between the two. Literally just over a tenth between the two options. So we can change on the fly and know that we'll be fine. Hopefully the fuel is okay as well. 50 laps of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on the way. I'd say they're doing medium hard as well, yes. I don't know as I have the tyres to go medium soft. I do, but it's not as fast. Hard, soft? Hard, soft is pointless. If I can medium soft, then I should medium soft. You're not going to hard, soft if you can medium soft. Chat, what do we think? Start on the hards and react, or start on the mediums and react? Using the emotes, what do you think my starting tyres should be? Forget about full strategy. What do you think my starting tyres should be? Mediums or hards? Probably couldn't be split much different, could it? Eric, thank you very much indeed for the 35th month in a row. Gosh darn, that is a long time now. One away from a 3-year badge, my man. True, early safety car red flag could screw us if we're on the hards early. That is a very good point. Mediums it will be then. Of course, Darren thinks the wets. Right, start a prediction. Where will Ches finish? This time we'll go again for our starting position, but obviously we're on a lower difficulty. I'll start that prediction. You've got 5 minutes. I'm going to have a quick toilet break. And then it's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on the way. BRB. Right. What did you guys go for? Is it still going? 14 seconds. Appreciate it, Eric. Glad you enjoyed the Monaco content. Let's see. For 16 of you reckon P13 or higher, 10 of you reckon P14 or lower, 100 grand from Nick on P14 or lower. You can tell that Nick's watched my content before, can't you? Come on in. Got medium, medium, soft, and adapt if we need to.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please. No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being.
Mad that literally everyone is starting on the mediums. Hopefully there is... I mean, there were differences in strategies in Bahrain. Hopefully there are differences in strategies here and not everyone is running the exact same strategy. Just everybody's going medium hard and that's it.
Shoes ahead of you now.
Can't ask about strats yet. Really struggling to warm the tyres up here in Jeddah. Kind of put me off a little bit, Logan, I'll be honest. 4.7 metres, I think it's exactly the same as we had in Bahrain. Right, let's hope to not drop into anti-stall this time. A decent start. A decent start. We're away and we haven't lost any positions yet. Let's see what we can do. Going to be really tight here in Jeddah. Walls are all around us. Going to have to leave space on the outside there for Zhou Guanyu and we'll let him go. It's going to get really, really, really close with a number of drivers at multiple places here. There is no room for error at street circuits like this, and the fact that this circuit is driven at such a pace just makes it even more of a challenge. But the fact that we've got Williams behind us, although Gasly looks like he's trying to see off Alex Albon already, we might be able to open a bit of a gap behind here. I don't yet know how best to utilise my battery or what everyone else is doing, and I am also intrigued as to what others are doing strategically. You're not going to tell me yet. What I'd very much like to know is how many stops others are doing. Is anyone matching our current anticipated medium, medium, soft?
That's Albon behind you.
Or is anyone going to do... or most people, almost everyone, going to do a medium hard. Already out of DRS range of those behind, which is great. We do have to remain within a second of those in front to ensure that we get DRS. We're in a good spot right now. Still not sure what's going to happen with the fuel. Definitely those front right or just right hand side tyres. 6% on the rear right already. I must have had a clip of the wall with that, surely. There's no way, surely it's at 6% from just general race pace to this point. Surely not. Right, okay, now it swings. They are much straighter in a straight line than me, or much faster, sorry, in a straight line than me, but that's probably because they utilised their battery there and I didn't. I'm too busy doing a piece to camera, so if you don't mind, I'm going to concentrate on my driving.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Cheers. Don't like that bit of circuit. Yeah, must have had a touch of the wall because it's still at 6%.
Past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Field is bunched up now, so we'll have DRS, but equally Albon has DRS behind us. Gasly now 2.5 seconds behind Alex Albon, so I don't know whether there's been any issues there. And a bit of contact perhaps. Still very comfortably holding on to our P13, but at the same time not necessarily clinging onto that front few either. Getting a bit tasty between the two Saubers in front, Bottas and Zhou Guanyu having a little bit of a wiggle at one another. You can tell from the minimap already in the bottom left hand side that front 10 are going, and they definitely do use a lot of battery down this straight. Albon's coming, but we're going to be able to hold him behind. I think we're sitting pretty for now. I will ask about strategy of everyone else again in a moment, and hopefully this time he'll actually tell me what's going on.
Joe just ahead. Push for that position. Okay, so gap to the
go.
car ahead, 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Okay.
And the time last lap, 1 minute 35.7.
Cannot get that left-hander right. So Zhou Guanyu's one stopping. What about Alex Albon behind? I anticipate... Oh, hello Alex, it's not to be behind for long. I'd imagine then, yeah, that everyone is just going to run the similar strategy here because it just so happens to be the best one to do. There isn't much variation here. We might react to do something different depending on tyre wear. That's another clip of the wall though, which is probably, again, look at that, the rear right up to 13% now in the same place. I've clipped the wall a couple of times, only ever so gently, but enough to significantly affect the wear of my rear right tyre, which is going to have a big detrimental effect longer term. If I keep that up, I'll almost be forced into doing an extra pit stop. And I am certain now, after looking at the minimap, that Gasly has damage. Albon is much quicker than us in a straight line. That Williams has always been very slippery, of course.
Keep on him. He might
And
make a mistake.
there's surely no way that they're 5 seconds behind us already without someone having a bit of an issue. The front 10 are gone though still. There's 3 trains here. There's first class, second class, and then those at the back. But we're in a good battle here with these 3 others. No points on offer, but still a good battle. See the difference that using overtake makes. This is tight and tense at the moment. They're burning. Zhou and Bottas again going to go side by side. It's going to be 3 wide potentially into the final turn. Bottas moves across to then try and hold the position against Alex Albon. Can I get a bit of a switch back here if I get a decent exit? No. Just not fast enough onto the power. But with battery, which is now significantly drained, Alex Albon's gone defensive on me. And I might be able to sweep around the outside of him and get that position back again. I'm going to hold my line on the inside. Slightly too responsive on the front end. And we'll stay P14 for now, but this is good fun. And significantly more entertaining and more action in just 5 laps of Jeddah than we had in most of the race in Bahrain. Which is good news for you guys as a viewing audience. Fuel is fine as well, which is good news. Let's have a look. Yes, I know. Let's have a look at Gasly and see if he's got any damage, shall we? Does Gasly have any damage on his car? Pierre, damage do you have, lad? Doesn't look to have any damage. It's not, just can't be that slow, surely. Nothing visual anyway. Maybe some floor damage. It's a bit of a gap back to the other Alpine of Ocon battling with the V-carb of Daniel Ricciardo. Actually, that's Yuki in the number 22. There's Daniel back here. And then Kevin bringing up the rear. Oh, hello, motion blur. The Alpine is a tractor in real life. It's not necessarily a tractor in game. Keep catching that wall on exit there on the rear right. Like every lap at the minute.
Gasly's behind you. Okay, so gap to the car behind, 6.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, everyone's doing one stop.
1 minute, 37.2.
Oh, I'm having a look around the outside of Bottas. I've gone deep on the brakes there. Ha. Ignore that, Jez. So ignore that, Chez. I'm not the one editing anymore. It's Chris. Hey, ignore that, Chris. Yeah, that's how you do it. You just scrub off more speed around the right-hander so then you can power through the left. Albon's made his way past Valtteri Bottas so far. Bottas was the one that had winged damage in Bahrain. And this is quite the heated battle between us at the moment. As a quartet. A battle that no one really looks like they're going to win out from. The gap behind is stable-ish, if not growing slightly. And the gap in front of us four is just disappearing, as is Max Verstappen out in front, as you can see. Sergio Perez has managed to make his way up from 5th or 6th into P2. At the moment, he's kind of acting like a bit of a stopping block. Alex Albon's got some pace in that Williams. This track seemingly very suited to that car, even though... Actually, no, they both got through, didn't they? Logan Sargent and Alex Albon both got through to Q2. But DRS is so powerful here that Zhou Guanyu's managed to make his way all the way back through again. It's going to be a war of attrition here. Having DRS, I think, and being part of a train is going to be more important than fresh tyres. I feel like having fresh tyres from the extra stop at the moment isn't actually going to benefit me. I'd be better off just constantly being in this DRS train and trying to, at some point, get the better of one of the two in front of me, the three in front of me. My engine is hot though. Really going to have to factor that in. We had that same problem in Bahrain when we were in traffic. Temperatures are really, really different this year on F124, and it's a completely different skill set in managing them. I need to concentrate a bit more because I did just clip the front right of the wheel there. I might just run out of slipstream for a bit here, just to try and cool the engine a little bit. We know we're not getting dropped. Let's just take care of the car and make sure we don't get a DNF from a mechanical failure.
Right, keep pushing. You're gaining on the car ahead. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Trying to run in free air, but in so many sections of the track, it's just kind of follow the leader one after the other. But trying to run in free air and remain competitive is actually not that easy, especially considering you just be running on marbles, so it's going to affect you through the corners. And it's not like other tracks where there are multiple different lines you can take. You are threading the eye of the needle here in Jeddah. There is one quick way around this circuit, and not really any alternatives. And you're also kind of turning the whole time as well, almost, other than the first main straight. So you think you're in free air, you're in free air for a moment, and then they just turn back across you, and you're not in free air anymore, or cool air anymore. You can see when you do drive offline, temperature does come down, but I have to be wary that we don't end up falling out of DRS range, because that will kill me. 8 seconds back to those behind though. We are comfortably clear of the group behind. I'd say at the moment we are nailed on for a P14 at least. But who knows what's going to happen between now and the end. Those two actually of Sargent and Gasly have pulled away from the rest also. Just noticed on the minimap. So maybe it wasn't Gasly that had the damage. Maybe it was someone else.
Okay, mate. Engine's running very hot.
I know my engine's running hot. I've been trying to deal with that. But it hasn't actually ever gotten above 147. So we should be fine. We'll comfortably do this mid-race objective in 4 laps time. And that will help with our overall driver rating too. Might be worth dropping back for a couple of laps just to manage temps. Tyres lasting very well though. On the side of the car that hasn't scraped the wall, the medium tyres are going about 1% a lap. Tyre wear here is very low. Trying to reach out. I really like the mid-race mini objectives as well. Just hope there's enough variation in them that it keeps it fresh. Because my first one here is the same as my first one in Bahrain, but I imagine it's because of the nature of the running behind in traffic. You reckon the 2 stops to play here? I don't know, man. I think I'm just going to be faster sat in a DRS train than I am not in a DRS train. Clean air isn't going to be worth much here, I don't think. Completed a goal. Not sure what that goal was. You can actually tell me. Oh, rear end locked up there. Very DRS trainer here in Jeddah, isn't it? Oh, that was terrible.
Past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Yeah, I won't be getting dropped. I won't be getting dropped for too long though. Just trying to get the engine temp significantly down. Then we can push. Oh, Albon nearly forced Zhou Guanyu into the wall there. That was such an aggressive move across the track. Trying to keep the engine cool. It's not really cooling much. Max has just straight up pieced out, hasn't he? There has been quite a bit of overtaking going on in that group, and I wonder whether that's why the DRS trains are forming, and occasionally someone or a couple are able to get away. Everyone's battling so hard that if you are able to get out of DRS range of that car behind, you can just peace out. Makes me wonder whether the two-stop might be an option. I'll come out last. If we were to pit now, my only fear would be... Says it's acceptable again. My only fear would be that I can't make my way back through the traffic. Like, it's pointless pitting if I'm in this situation. Where I can't... Well, I haven't actively tried, I suppose, to get through the cars in front of you. It wants me to pit on 17. Let's complete this objective, and then let's go for a bit of a test. I'll try and utilise my battery quite significantly now, and we'll see if we can...
Okay, really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go.
We'll see if we can get past them and gap them. A bit of a cut back here if I can get on the power quickly enough, which I can't quite. You're right, being in a DRS train at the minute is working overall. There goes some front wing. Alright. That might change things.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Right. That is us stopping now for a hard set of tyres and changing that front wing. Unfortunately, just kind of screwed myself by getting some damage there. So we'll set the wing change to yes.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
I know we can't sustain this level of damage. That's why I'm coming in to get it fixed. Box, please.
This lap, then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Got a massive gap behind there. The gap's huge. And if the medium tyres are going at a % a lap, then the hard tyres are going to be even less. Like the medium tyre, we can put another set of medium tyres on and get to 36% by the end of the race. In we come then for a set of hard tyres. Hopefully everyone's battling so hard that they end up costing themselves lap time after lap time after lap time after lap time. We'll go on to the hards and try and just grind it out from here. It's my mistake that's led to the need to pit. We will come out in last.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
But we should be able to close these gaps relatively quickly.
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
They should all be battling now. These gaps should come down. And if there is a safety car at any point between now and the end of the race, then we've got another fresh set of mediums and 2 or 3 sets of softs we can utilise as well. So now is the time to just burn the battery. The engine will be much cooler running in the open air. Now we're just pumping lap times. This is all of a sudden turned into a qualifying session. No, I don't think I should have gone to the mediums, because then I would absolutely still have to stop again. Whereas if I don't want to now, we can go all the way on this set. Let me cook, chat. Let me cook.
tyre condition still looking good. And gap to the car in front, 4.8 seconds.
Fuel is absolutely fine. We could have run significantly less fuel than we are, I think. Be careful of those knocks on the wall though, really careful.
We've got a lot of spare energy.
I was already using it, Mark, but thank you for the reminder. Here we go, back of the train. The DRS train is strong, but when they're in a DRS train and they're all fighting, then that kind of nullifies the DRS train, doesn't it? Because you're quick down the straights, but then you're losing time in the turns. We're just put in a purple middle sector, so we're clearly got some pace right now, although obviously I did use a lot of battery to do that. But the gaps are just plummeting around us. That trio that we were behind are still a long way down the road though. As we cross the line here to set the fastest lap of the race, they're going around that right-hander. We will judge what the gap is when we get there as to what the current gap is to where we were, based on how long it takes us to get to that point of the circuit. But that is the fastest lap of the race. Obviously no point for that because we're not in the top 10. But you can see how much these guys are fighting and costing each other time through these twisty sections. And we're about 26 to 28 seconds behind where we were. So I'm not sure at the moment whether... I'm not sure how much you lose for a pit stop here. But however much it is, we are clawing some of that time back. Just got to be careful not to make that same mistake again. Run into the back of someone, and lose some front wing. If I could call team orders here, I would. And then we are on different strategies, Sunshine. You need to let me go here. He's not going to, obviously. They're all flashing here, so they're dumping a lot of battery down that straight. They're all over the place. Through the inside, maybe, on a couple. Job done. That's 2 positions in 1 corner. I'm going to have to burn here to stay in front. And Daniel Ricciardo's in the box. Daniel in the pits. Not sure whether that's for damage or for a genuine 2-stop strategy, but he's about the same sort of time that we were set to stop on our first set of mediums. So Ricciardo might be, emphasis on the might be 2-stopping here. or he got damaged too. I didn't see anything fly off the car. Live chat might well have done that I missed. Ricciardo might well be stopping for a new front wing here. We can check the race director in a moment and double check once he's out of the pits. Which he is now. Let's see, Kamer did almost bin it there. You're absolutely right. Let's have a look at the race director. And we can see that, no, that is just a straight up medium pit stop for Daniel Ricciardo. He's committed to a 2-stop here. No incidents at this stage. 5.6 seconds is a slow stop, though. You're right. We did 7.7, and that's with a front wing change. So, VCAR with a terrible pit stop there. That is not great for them. Xbox and Potter, thank you for the follows, guys. Pit stop loss is around 20 to 21 seconds. Hi, Esteban. Je suis arrivé, monsieur. Je voudrais le P16. S'il vous plaît. Very much so. I'm not going to burn here. I'm just going to use the DRS. He's all over the track, offensively and then defensively. Hang it around the outside. It's going to squeeze me towards the wall, but now we burn and we've got DRS. Comfortable position taken. Did take a clout on the right wheel though on the wall there. Got to be careful of that. Up to 16% wear on that front right now. So it's not going to be as effective for us. Really got to be careful of those clocks on the wall. You get so much wheel damage, more so than you used to on 23. Just for the tiniest little scrape. But I suppose that is more realistic. And we are on sim damage, of course. Quite frankly, simulation damage is tough. Back up to P16 though. And only one of those...
6.5 seconds.
Only one of those positions was gifted to us by a pit stop. The rest we have taken ourselves and wrestled back. Using one battery to try and extend my fastest lap advantage, which we have done by about half a second. 1:33.9. Crucially though, the gap to the trio that we were with hasn't really changed. Despite these banging laps, they are still about the same distance away from me.
Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
That's the same in-race objective or second in-race objective that I had in the last race as well. I do hope there's a bit more variation to them. But we'll get it done, and we'll get it done immediately because we're doing lap times that are far faster than the 1:36.0. Even without using my battery, I'm doing lap times that are faster than the 36.0. It might be scenario specific, circumstance specific, so we won't judge it yet. There may well be a much larger pool of objectives mid-race that we can have.
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race.
I feel like I'm adjusting to the handling, specifically at this circuit. Maybe because it's all medium and high speed turns. The handling does feel at its worst during the slow speed corners. So here, where it's very much full throttle for the majority of the lap, you're actually not feeling the effects of the weight transfer and the handling as much. We've drastically gained on these two this lap. Within DRS range now.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
I will do. Don't worry. We're on it. Oh, stop hitting that front right, Ches. It will come back to haunt me if I keep it up. We're going to burn down the straight here. I'm going to try and do the same. Whichever car doesn't have DRS, I'll try and get in the slipstream of. We might be able to swing past them both here with our battery. This is exactly what we've done. The second time in this Grand Prix, a double overtake. Now then, look at that gap in front. 21 seconds to where we were. It was about 28 or 29, so we know that we are gaining on them with these fresh tyres. Are we going to gain on them enough to then have a big enough gap to defend at the end of the race when they do their one stop? But these hard tyres just don't seem to wear very much at all here. We've had these tyres on for a considerable period of time now, and my left-hand side are only at 4%. My right-hand side are only as high as they are because I keep scraping the wall. Real surprise that these hards are lasting as well as they are, but the gaps are coming down in front. Continually, this is proving to be, actually, inadvertently, a decent strategy for us.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 20.1 seconds.
And Albon and Bottas are both in the pits now on lap 23. They'll be going to... There's so many cars in the pits. They'll all be going to the hard compound tyre that we're on now, doing their one stop for the race. We just so happen to have done it significantly earlier than then because of our damage. How many places might we make up here? Quite a few. We are right with Fernando Alonso now in P11. Sorry, P12. These tyres are obviously going to be fresh now, but they will be cold. He's in a much quicker car, to be fair. As you can tell, because he's just straight up pieced out in front of me, Fernando is gone. I'll try and keep myself in DRS range of him if I can, to gap Gasly and help maintain the gaps to Albon and Bottas and Zhou. And Alonso might help me really make this strategy work. Battery could be our friend here as well as DRS. coming out right behind the Aston Martin, provided my tyres hang on and my driving is good enough, might actually really make our race. We could have a really stellar position at the end of this Grand Prix at the moment. What I don't want to do is battle with him too much. I don't want to lose too much time. Albon is passed behind. Shows in the pits. We're going to blitz past him.
Remember to play around with ERS modes in your MFD if you need to.
There's Stroll. Oh, we're in P11. We're right next to the points now. We're behind both Aston Martins at this stage. Oh, as he runs horrendously wide. Gap to Zhou 3.6. But we're in DRS now. We should not, unless there's a safety car, we should not be troubled by those behind at all. This is now fast becoming a can we hold on towards the end of the race with the tyres as they are and potentially sneak a point if we can hang on to these two Aston Martins come the final part of the race. Says as he scrapes the bloody wall again, and he's now up to 25% on that front right. Be careful, Says. Don't give yourself a puncture. My only fear is that these two battle, cost us time to those behind, and then they close up. What I don't know is I'm going to have the pace to get past them. That's the only thing. A bit of a run on Stroll here. Gonna try and go for it. He's completely shut the door in front of me. So I'm going to be rude back to him. Get out of the way, Lance.
Okay,
I was
good work. Great.
storming, absolutely storming around the outside of him there. And he's come across here and like, I'm obviously faster going for this gap, and he's come across and almost pushed me into the wall. That's naughty, Mr. Stroll. That's very naughty. Let's try and take a thumbnail image, shall we? Double check that went where I wanted it to. Did indeed. Good. I think that's a thumbnail for us. Stroll's coming back now. I'm going to have to go defensive here. Just trying the switchback. I'm just going to park it on the apex a little bit, even though it's going to cost this time to Fernando. Burn a little bit of battery, try and build the battery back up again through the first sector.
Keep it up.
We are officially in the points. Oh, the car did not want to stop there. That was scary. We nearly ended up going sideways into a wall. Trying to lean on that front right tyre now isn't really working that well because it's so highly worn. I need to hesitate getting on the throttle there. Just within DRS range of Fernando though, which is huge. And Lance is dropping a little bit. Verstappen takes my fastest lap away by a tenth.
Verstappen has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
It's crazy. I mean, it might be track specific, but it's crazy how just 2 ticks of difficulty further up, we were significantly off the pace. And then at 94, just 2 ticks down, albeit with strategy in our favour at the moment that will then become out of our favour later. We're running in the points. It might be track specific, it might be scenario specific, and my tyres will just degrade later in the race and they'll get me and I'll drop. We're actually closing on Albon and co, because they're battling so hard in this train. It's track specific for sure, I'm certain of it. Because the cars are all battling so much, the AI are battling so hard. They're just losing time hand over fist to one another. And I'm obviously showing slightly more race intelligence, which isn't normally something I get to say. And as a result, we're able to make the advances that we are. I think it's track specific. We will race at 94 again at the next circuit in Australia. I think it's Australia next. Because that's not traditionally not a very strong circuit for me, and see what the results are like there. Although there's 4 DRS zones in Australia, and that could be quite DRS trainy. Maybe at Australia we try 95 and try and split the difference. Who knows? Still racing at a respectable level though, in the mid-90s. I think that's respectable enough for content on YouTube, don't you? At the moment though, if our tyres last and our battery lasts and we can make the moves, there's a P2 on here, which is silly to say really, but it's just the nature of the way that the AI are at the moment. Needs a bit of a tweak, methinks. Just can't quite drop Stroll, and just can't quite close back up on Alonso, but now Alonso's behind that train. Yeah, he's having the time to do that, that's the only thing. We are officially part of the P2 train. Max Verstappen is officially gone. He's pieced out. But this is just going to bring Albon and co back towards us, isn't it, really? Gap's 7.8 seconds currently. I mean, the tyres just... The hard tyres just aren't wearing. I could realistically pit again, go to a set of mediums, and try and close back up again, and hope to have a bit of a tyre advantage. But at the minute, there's no point. We're, well, I hope anyway, going to get points today.
Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
I burn battery so much down the straight. Oh, lovely switch back on Fernando with a bit of a burner battery.
Nice
We'll keep the
work, mate.
position.
That brings you up a place.
Oh, that was not great from me. Can we get away with it? I thought I can sneak up the inside of Oscar. He had a bit of a run on him. I should absolutely have backed out of that. Hasn't cost me anything though, thankfully. Oscar now out of DRS range of those in front, actually. Which might make him vulnerable. We might have inadvertently, by messing up one attempted overtake, given ourselves the opportunity to take it more easily later in the lap. Is he just inside DRS? Don't think so. He's not. Candy from Baby here. Bye. See you later, mate. P8. Although, here comes Oscar again. Maybe I spoke too soon. Candy from Baby. See you later, mate. P9. No, Fernando. Good boy. Feels like my right finger has just been pinned to the accelerator trigger for the whole lap. Fernando used a lot of battery there. He's just going to try and hang it around the inside here, a la Esteban Ocon earlier on in the race. But now I've got more battery, I can comfortably keep him behind. I think this is status quo to the end of the race here. It's a case of whether we can make any moves forward or whether we get caught out behind. But Leclerc and Russell are fighting so hard here that Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez are starting to gap a bit in front, and Max Verstappen is just lapping people now. At the moment, Max Verstappen is going to have a very, very comfortable championship lead. He had to fight very hard for the Bahrain win. This one's been gifted to him. We've had no yellow flags, no DNFs, no VSCs or safety cars at either of the opening 2 races thus far.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Here comes Fernando again. He's just driven straight into the back of me like an idiot. Bye, mate. Getting attacked by wires underneath me. Okay, move on Oscar here. No.
Okay, mate. Right, that front wing damage is going to hurt us. We've really got to look after it now. Let's put everything into protecting that front wing, please.
What front wing damage? What front wing damage? I had front wing damage earlier. I know that. I haven't done anything else. Fernando's still on my outside here. Hello. He's going for it. I'm just going to have to slot in behind him here. I think we're now getting to the position where on traction they're going to start having an advantage because I'm starting to get into double figures. Well, I am in double figures now on all 4 tyres, specifically the rears. So when it comes to powering out of corners, they are going to be better than me. Fernando trying to hang on to the DRS range of Piastri. See him flashing here. He's burning a lot of battery, which means he's probably going to be quite vulnerable down the straight. But I think he's got DRS. If he does, I'm probably not going to be able to get him. And he does, so we're probably not going to be able to get him. Down to P10. At the moment, we are fighting to stay in the points, not challenge much higher up. This is where, as we potentially feared earlier, or we questioned whether we fear it earlier, having that much earlier stop actually now becomes an Achilles heel. Because my tyres are going to get to the point where they fall off, whereas theirs is still fresh enough to be able to push to 100% pace. And I'm having to ease off to about 95% pace or less. But we'll hang on as long as we can. 15 to go. 16 including this one. That is a new mini objective though. Can't quite drop Lance Stroll. To work really hard here just to stay with. Still Leclerc and Hamilton at it. Russell and Perez have now disappeared out front. burns so much down here. Oh, I thought about trying to hang it around the outside of Fernando there is definitely a bad decision. Or a bad idea. Zhou, Albon and Bottas are still all gathered up together back there. Yeah, we're really slow on the way out there. That caught me out. I'm a long way wide here now, and Stroll's probably going to nab me. No, we've been able to reel it back in. This is actually quite tough. Like, sticking with these guys, I'm finding quite tough here. Even though we're not falling out of DRS range. I think the pace of Max, albeit obviously Max is significantly faster than some, I think the pace of Max shows that perhaps at a different circuit where the AI aren't doing this all the time, the difficulty might be pretty bang on. This is probably just circuit specific, where the DRS ranges are quite so offensive. Look at them going 2 or 3 wide in front as well. They're getting very aggressive here. It's going to slow everyone up. I might try and hang it around the outside of Fernando here if he gives me some space, which he does, but he's able to nab back in. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try and get Fernando again. We've not been any higher than P8 today. Oh, and because Russell and Claire, Norris and co are battling, we're back in P8 again, but look at the speed of that McLaren to just get that position back again. That was a little squeeze of battery as well as the right foot. And the extra traction difference we mentioned at the rear, with our tyres being 10 plus laps older than theirs. Oh, a little kiss of the wall. That's the first time we've done that for a little while. Up to 30% on the front right now. Not great. Not great. But we're back into P9. I might be well off with this. I wonder whether Charles has damage. Everyone is powering past Charles Leclerc and then kind of disappearing down the road a little bit. Hamilton and Perez did it. Lando and George have done it. And now Carlos Sainz is all over the back of him. Fucking really hard with Fernando here.
We need to stay on form.
I wonder whether Charles Leclerc has damage and he's holding this whole group up, and that's why this train is staying together as much as it is. Don't know. Because now Lando and George are fighting, and we're getting backed up again. Christ knows. 'Tis a mystery. 'Tis a mystery. Definitely got some understeer now that the other drivers don't have on their tyres. God, much more bite in the front end than I thought I was going to get then.
catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
We do. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Yes, Millie. Probably an old school Rammstein.
Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Hier kommt die Sonne frei. Hier kommt die Sonne. Something mal schnell von allen. I've gone deep in the last turn, and Lance has used his battery to get past me. He does have DRS SS now back out of the points, with 1 lap to go on the objective. I'm pretty certain that this is very much track specific at the minute. I might up it to 95 for qualifying in Australia and see what the scenario is. And then if we are significantly further down, then we'll race at 94 again. But you can see that I'm having to drive at full chat the entire time just to stay within range of these guys. So if we weren't in a DRS train and everybody was spaced out, they would be faster per lap than me by a considerable margin, I imagine. 3 or 4 tenths at least. Max is still going faster out front on his own. He's just so far away down the road. They're all tracked anyway in game, Jamie.
Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
Too busy talking to chat there to actually acknowledge the objective.
Past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
And I'll try, Mark. Had a bit of a run on Stroll. Made him go defensive. Can we work it all the way around the outside to get back in the points? Don't say yes yet, Ches, you're not sure. He's still alongside me. Still alongside me. Giving him space. Cutting him off. Yes, we can. Back in the points. Into the wall. Yikes. 36% now on that front right. I'm very lucky that I'm not biffing my wing there. That was one of the heavier hits that we've had. Not going to be an issue at almost any other track. Jeddah is one of my weakest. For that kind of lack of talent. For lack of a better phrase. No DRS for Stroll here. After he took me into the last turn. A little bit of DRS games and battery. Back through into the points in P10. Where are Norris going? Power and Tom still. George Russell now down to 6th. Glad you enjoy the content, Zach. Thank you for the support. Mr. Spider. I find this mildly entertaining. Lovely. Mildly entertaining is what we aim for on this channel. Really just want to drop Lance so we can guarantee at least a point. It's just not possible at the minute. Literally, Danny says do a crash and then biff. Don't mind me. Just that pesky lack of talent coming through again. I am sweating right now. Here comes Lance again. He's going to go around the outside. Attempts to, anyway. Only just able to stay within DRS range of Fernando there. There are 6 laps to go as we cross the line. And not once have we made it any further than P8. We might be well and truly part of this train, but we don't stand a chance of getting anywhere. Oh, Logan! Anywhere near the front of it. Catching some back markers now, and Logan Sargent not necessarily putting his car in the best possible place to help overtaking there. Yes, understandably getting a warning for that. Fernando is now just outside of DRS range, so he might now be vulnerable. But I'll get past him, and then we'll just immediately zoom up to the back of the others. And then Fernando will be back with me because he'll just be riding on my coattails and my DRS instead. Never mind, he's got DRS anyway. We have, however, as a result of that Logan Sargent debacle, been able to drop Lance Stroll. With the gap now 1.9 seconds, I'd go as far as to say we are guaranteed at least a single point in this race. Unless something on the car breaks. Something on the car breaks, I'm knackered. Oh, Christ.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Up in middle sector, apparently. I'm hanging on to DRS here by the skin of my tiny little toenails. And actually, just then, I didn't have DRS. And look at the gap grow. Half a second down just that one straight. Meep. Okay, I'm going to have to burn all the way down the straight here just to try and get back within DRS through the twisty first sector. Otherwise, with 4 laps to go, it will be P10 for us and P10 only. Which is still a point. Which is still great at this stage of our career. But when it could have been 2 or 3 perhaps, the well-timed charge, which I don't think I've got in me, to be honest, would be slightly disappointing perhaps. They'll slow up round here if someone gets aggressive, which they haven't done, annoyingly. They are slower on exit. Get me back in that DRS range. No DRS again. 1.15 seconds. I'm out of battery. That gap is going to just open up like a cavern entry. Near 2 seconds. I lost nearly 9/10 down that straight. Twisty straight, but straight nonetheless. Flat out section. Okay, 3 laps to go. I think, lads, I think we're getting P10. Oh gosh. 48% now on that front right. Yes, no, Levert. Editor Chris is going to be the editor for this Formula 1 save for the moment. For at least a month. And then I find out whether it's financially viable. And then we take it from there.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.3 seconds.
He does do great work, I agree. Which is why we hired him.
Of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
Oh, don't. If Lance Stroll comes and steals this point away from me in the last 2 laps, I'll be devastated. Worked so hard to be here. Just want to stay here. 3 seconds the gap back to Lance now. 3 seconds the gap in front as well. Kind of proving that if we aren't part of that DRS train like we thought would be the case, we don't have the pace here. Hopefully that gap to Lance is maintaining itself at about 3.5 seconds. This will do wonders for our driver rating. Max Verstappen continually setting fastest laps, even on that 49. GP in his ear will be lambasting him for risking anything with such an advantage. Don't think K-Mag is quite last yet. I think he's about P18 here, but looks like for the second race in a row, we're going to have no DNFs and no yellow flags of any kind whatsoever. Not even for a lapped car, I don't think. And yellow flags in quali for people getting out of each other's way. But nothing in the actual Grand Prix itself. 3.8 seconds, or 3.6 now,
Okay,
the
this
gap
is
to
the
Stroll.
final lap of the race.
At 50. 50. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get a point, boys. We genuinely have had to work for that. Because if I'd have fallen off that DRS train the way that we have in the last 5 laps any earlier, then we would have stood no chance of getting that point. Because at some point Lance Stroll would have come and gotten me. Especially if I'd have fallen off the back of Lance Stroll and been in P11, I would have just tumbled to nowhereness. So ultimately, got to be really happy with the point. We have genuinely had to work for it. We've not just sat in a DRS train and seen it through. I had to really drive quite hard to stay in that DRS train, as Max Verstappen has won the Grand Prix. At present, I think it's Sergio Perez that's in second, ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And then Lando Norris has just got a bit of a gap ahead of Charles Leclerc in that train in front, as you can see from the minimap bottom left, to ensure that he's going to come home in P4. But George takes Charles Leclerc into the final corner. George Russell might have just nabbed P5 right at the death here, or is there going to be a drag to the line? Charles Leclerc looks like he might just have gotten it back. It's going to be a matter of hundredths of a second between the lot of them as they cross the line. Piastri comes 9th. Alonso gets Oscar Piastri on the line with a better exit. And that's what we could have done if we'd have been able to hold on at the back of that train, but I just didn't have it in me. P10 is a single point for Haas here in this opening
And that brings the
few
Saudi
races.
Arabian Grand-
Whether we're able to replicate that moving forward, I'm not sure, but that is a good point for us. We have to be happy with that. My thumb is
For an
dying.
event like that, who knows
Max
what the
Verstappen
sport
was
has in store
considerably
for us
faster than
next
anybody
time
else,
out.
35
Be sure to join
seconds
us
down the
once
road. But
again
look,
as we continue
half a
to bring
second.
you all the excitement of
a second and a
Formula
bit,
One.
half a tenth, half a second, less than half a tenth, less than half a tenth. 200ths of a second between Sainz and Alonso, and 200ths of a second between Alonso and Piastri. Unbelievable. Thank you for the bits, Guy, for the point to celebrate. Mitchell, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. We beat our rival. I think our intensity with K-Meg is going to step up once we start dramatically beating him. We're going to see a swing in the reputation within the team in the not too distant future. And we're growing very nicely and up to 67 rated. Fantastic. And any change in the recognition? No, still 44.56 at the moment. We're trying. Manufacturer expert. Oh, these are all our specialists, aren't they? Getting good XP on all of those. It's been a good start to the season. I'm still pretty confident that 94 is about where the difficulty should be. I will qualify at 95 in Australia. And we'll see where we are after quali there. But I think 94 is probably going to be the sweet spot, as we suspected after the last round. We have goals available here. So drive 200 miles during the race weekend. That will be easily done for sure. Then complete a lap using at least 2 different car setups. That I won't do. But overtake 5 cars out on track in the race. Back markers not included. That we'll try and do. No power unit or material fabrication planner objectives for this one. Spend 45 seconds in 4th gear. Comfortably done. And strategy analyst. And 5 championship points during the race weekend. Not going to happen. Complete a driven lap in 2 different sessions. That sounds a little bit easier. Thank you very much. We shall do that. Our target is 70 and we're going to get there considerably quickly at the moment. I have 500 resource points available to me. I'm developing that. Kevin's developing that. 1 day left on the cockpit weight reduction. That will be done. That's free. Engine power is already the 2nd best engine. That will be absolutely free with 100% discount there. Tar very much. I'm not going to do anything in that regard. Right. Well, let's advance a little bit. And we should hopefully see that pass. It doesn't. It fails.
We've had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, and the entire development package for the weekend has failed.
But it will pass just in time for Australia, as you can see there. So, not too disheartening. We will get that part for the next Grand Prix. Please pass. Oh, come on now. That's just not fair. They're all failing. They're all failing. That was part of the chassis, was it? Was it? No, it was aero. It was the front wing. That will pass not before Australia, frustratingly. Still nothing else we can do at this stage. Hoping that anything that... Right. Will the front wing adjustment bracket pass? If it does, we can consider going on to the next part in the aero. That's failed too! Cockpit weight reduction has passed, and we are now at... Oh, my God. Haas, what is happening, lads? What are you doing? Every single component failed. What's going on in North Carolina, eh? They are not doing very well. Please be better in Australia. In the standings, we are 11th in the drivers' race, with ourselves level on points with Alexander Albon. And in the constructors, that single point has us level with Williams on 1 in joint 6th, which would be huge for the Constructors' Championship and Haas, considering they were the 10th fastest and still in the R&D progress charts remain the 10th fastest team. It's very close though, isn't it? There with RB and with Alpine, and there's a bit of a jump to Sauber and Williams, but with the right scenario, as we found out in the last race, we can challenge. That will be all for this second round of the championship. Thank you very much for watching. Please do drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel. It would really help the content out. And if this series does really well, then we'll be able to keep the editor as well. And I'd very much appreciate that if we can, because it's going to make my life a hell of a lot easier and mean that I get to spend a lot more time with my new son, rather than having to sit here now for another 3 hours editing, rendering and uploading. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you for your continued support. Do come and join me live. Your engineering expertise in chat are very much needed the majority of the time. I will see you in the next one in Australia for round 3. Bye-bye. And we've stopped recording. How are we, lads? Let's pay out that prediction, shall we? Thank you all for joining me. Nick loses 100,000 channel points. We will change parts. We will change parts for the qualifying of Australia, but for practice we will stick with the parts that we have currently installed on the car. I will send you guys on a raid, so don't go anywhere just yet, those of you that are here on Twitch. Alex is currently going to be doing a Schumacher career apparently, but he's currently doing a 5-lapper in Belgium. But I think you might well see Alex. He's been live for 2 hours, so I'm not sure what Alex is doing. But I'll send you over to Alex, my former teammate at Haas in F1 Creator Series. Unfortunately, we are now an F2 driver, but that's coming in a couple of days. We've got more F1 24 career mode tomorrow, and then we will have open lobbies on Friday with F2 Creator Series in the evening. So that is all from me for now. I shall send you guys on a raid. Thank you very much for watching. Go and join Alex. Join me again tomorrow, and I'll see you next time.